So there we go. All right. So now you should be seeing, there we go. Now it looks like a real demo. All right. So I've got a couple of slides for you, and then we will actually be doing a demo because it is actually 16 months since Letterbox was released in a flurry of like over Christmas, crazy development, COVID. Our lead developer got COVID in the middle. The most work we've ever done on any product ever in a, you know, like work per week kind of ratio. So, but it's 16 months ago. So the purpose of this is, I've had a lot of nostalgia, but the purpose for you guys is because, you know, you're not necessarily interested in my, you know, nostalgia. It's like you may not have heard of Letterbox, so this is like, you know, what is Letterbox? What does it do? Very quickly, but mostly it's about what's happened to it since it was released in February 2022, because you may not realize it's actually quite a different product than it was in February 22. So thanks for coming, thanks for being interested, and I'm gonna like jump right in. But I need to be on the right tab to do that. There we go. All right. First of all, tiny bit about us. We are a software company in Australia. That is not a koala. That's a drop bear. You'll find out about that. And if you haven't already found out about that, you'll find out about that. We are very much part of the Blackboard ecosystem. We basically what we do is we build apps for Razor's Edge NXT. And there you go. There's some of our apps. We have 16 apps on the marketplace at the moment. But this particular demo is about Letterbox. Now, Letterbox is all about reimagining the whole idea of producing personalized letters inside of NXT. So it's entirely built inside of NXT. It doesn't use any, you don't need any additional programs to make it work. And it's designed to do personalized letters in the way that you would, you know, had personalized letters been a brand new thing when NXT was around. So it does everything NXT. That was our primary goal, was to make it an NXT app. So not, you know, I'm assuming you've been sending letters in the past. So not like recreating that, but inside of NXT, but making it an NXT app. And that was our primary design goal. The next design goal was to make it simple, to make it easy. It has a free forever plan. 90% actually of our customers are on the free forever plan. So we're very proud to be like supporting a surprisingly large number of organizations with an app, allowing them to send out beautiful personalized letters out to their supporters. So it also has a premium plan, and some of the things I'm going to show you are part of the premium plan. All right, so let me, oh, here we go. This is the key slide. So February 2022, cold, wintry, we're in Scotland. The app that came out then had you had a tile, so you could produce individual letters for a constituent and a gift from tiles on the page, and you could do bulk letter runs. You know, I am 100% biased, but it was and is. But even back then when it was released, it was a fantastic app, and it served an important purpose at that time. But now, 16 months later, we added built-in email delivery, so you can send them straight out. Our DocuSign integration, I want to show you about that. I love the DocuSign integration. We have a continuous ongoing template enhancement program. So I'm not going to go too much into those, but we've added a whole heap of stuff, more than I can actually remember. But recently we've added salutations, we've got organization support coming, a whole bunch of stuff there. So template enhancement is an ongoing process. If you need anything else in a template, please let us know, because we're ongoing, like adding things. Right. The key things we've added, conditional templates. So if you didn't know I had conditional, and I, like most weeks, I talk to an organization that don't know that we've got conditional now. So instead of doing like, if you've got different people who need different letters inside a run, you can now do it all inside one run. I did see there's some things we're going to talk about today that some people don't even know. So you might be quite glad you came. So advanced features, we never talk about these, but given the audience, I'm going to show you these today. So there's a whole conditional template content language built into the template, so we never talk about. You can also do custom fields, which is something else that because as I mentioned, design goal is a simple app. It doesn't necessarily make it, it doesn't quite fall into that. So we don't talk about it, but it's there for you guys. All right, now the cool. We've optimized the bulk letter run. So release email delivery. We've had 2 end of financial years in Australia since we released it. End of financial year is all about sending out large mailings. So we recently reimagined the way it does bulk letters to make that easier, particularly around how it handles emails. Now, the cool stuff. Just last month, we released giving, and I'm going to show you all of these. We released giving summary templates, which allows you to, instead of doing 1 letter per gift, it means you can do like typically an annual summary you send out to your constituent, and it puts all the gifts onto 1 letter. I'll show you that. And the cool one, releasing today. I did this yesterday, and in the end, we didn't release it yesterday because we ended up doing a whole bunch of other stuff around some other stuff. So it is actually going to release today. So auto send letters is coming out today. A few customers have had it already, but that's coming out today. It means you can, and I'll show you, but it means you can, like, in response to like activity inside of Raise Edge, you can automatically generate a letter. All right, let me jump in. I'll just jump back over to see you guys, and then I will jump into showing you all of this. All right, fantastic. Okay, how are we doing for time? We're doing good. All right, let me jump into the demo. So hopefully you're all seeing letterbox on the right there. So let me hang on. Very good. Thank you for the response. All right, so here we go. I'm going to quickly run through these, and then we've got time for questions after, and we've got a lounge we can go into for questions as well. So that'll be good. Right, quickly with email, because email has been around for a while, but basically you can, this is the constituent tile. When it's first released, you could create a PDF. But now you can also email that PDF directly. So the same super simple method. So you select a template, you decide whether to add an action or attach the PDF to the action. But then you can also select that person's email, and that will just, instead of creating a PDF and then getting it to them, that will directly email it to your supporter. And the same can be done for bulk runs as well. So that's auto emails. All right, let me scroll down a bit because I want to show you the DocuSign integration, because it's fantastic. So DocuSign came to us. We worked together to add DocuSign to Razor's Edge NXT. So we were doing that anyway. They kindly involved us in that process. So we developed the DocuSign app, which we love. It's one of our favorite things we've ever built. But basically, when we're doing it, it's like, well, there seems to be like a fairly obvious tie-up here. So you can use it without letterbox. So you can either use a DocuSign template, which is like a flat PDF, or you can use an attachment. But the cool way, obviously, is to use letterbox. So it's tied into letterbox. So basically, in case it's not obvious how DocuSign can help you. If you're doing major gift agreements, if you're doing anything that involves a signature, you can create this entirely out of NXT, and then DocuSign handles the whole signing process. So, and in this, if you use letterbox, then it allows you to use those personalized letters you've already set up. So you're on a constituent, all right, they just kindly set up for major agreements. So you just select your letterbox template. You decide which email it's going to, and then you click this, and then what will happen is the DocuSign interface is going to fly in from the right there, and then you just finish setting it up. It just makes the whole thing runs inside of NXT. So here you've got DocuSign flying in, and then what you've got here is you've got the letter set up, which is that's all done by letterbox. You've got this letter that's personalized, and then down here you've got the signing tabs. So, and then if I'm obviously not going to send this, but if I set that, then it gets a full history. When they sign it, it notifies you, it does everything. So you can control the entire process from inside of NXT, which is fantastic. All right, that is DocuSign. We love that DocuSign integration app. All right, what should we go to next? Conditional templates. Let me show you about conditional templates, because you may not know about conditional templates. Okay, conditional template. So before, if you had different people with different, you want to give them different letters, maybe with letter codes, something like that, you'd have to do different NXT lists. But we then introduced a conditional template. Let me show you what a conditional template looks like. So we've got one right here. So there we go. Just checking it was coming out on the right screen. All right. So obviously, you've got Letter App. Letterbox has a built-in editor, but what the conditional template, instead of like the graphic editor, it gives you a whole bunch of conditions, and you can add as many conditions as you like in order to give different people a different letter within the same run. So if you didn't know this was available, this could conceivably change you or your customers. Well, it could be a game changer, basically. So here's an example here. So in this particular conditional template, people get given a different amount. So according to how much they've given, they get a different letter, and that's all built in. So you don't have to do different lists. It does it all for you. And then also you've got this fund down here. So they give to the drop bear fund. Obviously, they get a very special letter because that's it. Now, it does it sequentially. So what you would do in real life is you'd have the drop bear fund at the top, because that's the most important one, obviously. So if they donate to drop bear, they get this, and then according to the gift, it would, they get different templates. And then when you do the run, instead of choosing an ordinary template, you choose a conditional template. It's really that simple when you do the run. Just different option in the drop down, and then it does it all for you. It's fantastic. Now you've got options within here. If your organization is set up that way, letter code is is a good one to use. So I'm going to fly through these. We've got we're in the expo hall, Expo 3. So if you've got any questions, just come back. I'm going to fly through these quite quickly. All right, what am I going to show you next? Oh, I'm going to show you the advanced stuff that we don't normally show people. So, all right. Hope that made sense, by the way. If not, questions. All right, so here's, this example here. So there is actually, we've built into the letterbox templates a whole conditional language. So you can see this, now you guys are going to understand this. Most people don't, which is why we don't talk about it. So you see you've got this if and else here. Now there's actually a whole language built behind this, so that you can do conditional content within the letter. Now, the reason we don't, you don't find it on the website necessarily, is because you do have to understand about ifs and else and all the things that you guys understand about. So you can do that. You can build some quite complex things. We have we've got some knowledge-based articles on this. So there's another knowledge-based article here. So there's information, and we'll make that available to you. But basically, it's there for you to use. Now, the other thing I want to show you on here is that you can also use custom fields. So eventually we're going to add custom fields into the personalization field and make it available to everyone. But right now, if you want to do something, you've got a specific thing you want to put into a template, there's a knowledge-based article on how you can add custom fields right now. You just have to understand how to use this handlebars code. All right, so those are two things. We'll make those knowledge-based, but you could become, knowing that you're by definition now a letterbox expert. All right, what is next? Let me show you about the optimized email runs, because end of financial year is coming. So I just need to find the one that, oh, I'm on the wrong screen, because it's always good to be on the right screen to find the thing you're looking for. All right, so if we go into here, so this is like the new bulk letter run screen. So as you can see, there's more information up here that tells you what's happening. There's more detail here. You'll find if you do it, it loads significantly faster. So what's happened is we moved the processing to the rear end, to the end of the process. So the screen comes up really, really fast, which makes it a much more intuitive experience. And the other thing it does, it's optimized for longer runs. That was in response to talking to organizations about end of financial year. And it also handles email much better. So you can see here that some of these have emails, which means they will be emailed, and some of these have little PDFs. And basically what it does is you don't have to worry about whether a particular person, or you may not even know whether a person doesn't have an email address or it's marked as do not email. You just put it into the list, and then what the bulk run now does is it picks out the ones that can't be emailed. And then if you were to click send, it will email the ones that can be emailed, and for the others, it offers you the opportunity to produce a PDF that contains all of the ones that didn't match. So that makes that whole process a lot simpler, a lot more intuitive, and then it puts all the processing on the end, so you can quickly get it. You can press send, and then it will go away and do all that in the background for you. I'm just going to jump back and see if there's any questions or anything. Just jump back into. Can we get a demo of what it looks to actually edit the emails? Thank you, Emily, for the question. As in editing the email template, or editing the like sending an email batch, which would be helpful? I'll leave that there, and then sending an individual email. As in, okay, sorry, another question. Like a bulk email or one from an individual constituent or gift? Just send the gift yourself. Yes, I can totally do that. Hang on. 1 second. So you're on a constituent. So first of all, you have to go, if you're sending an individual one, I mean, it is actually really, really simple. So say we go to this $6,000 gift, which is in there because we are testing. I'll show you why that's in there. There's a reason there's a $6,000 gift in there. So you're on here, and then so you go to the gift, and then you've got this is going to be so simple, this might actually even be disappointing. So you're on the gift, and then basically you choose, thank you, that's a $6,000 gift. So you want to choose a VIP gift, you select whether you want to mark it as acknowledged, you make sure you click email, and then you choose an email address, you mark it as acknowledged, and then this one's already been, because I was testing it yesterday, this one's already been sent, and then you click recreate. It would normally, if it was a new gift, it would just say create, and you click that, and that's it. Let me show you. It will check with you that, and then it will show you that it's been acknowledged in the bottom right. Never click actual create when you're doing a live demo. There you go. And so it says down here, success, document generated to email successfully, and then that goes to them now. And then it would have created it would have marked it as knowledge, and you had to refresh the screen, but it will also attach a PDF of that to the thing. So it's actually it's so simple, it's almost not worth showing. Did that now on. I'm going to tell you this right at the end. I'll tell you right at the end. When I get to the end, don't let me forget to say there's going to be another tab here which relates to what we just did. So did that answer your question, Emily? Oh, if you do it in bulk, yes, there is. All right. Yeah, I can show you that too. So, all right, so we're back onto this is a bulk email. So you got this bulk email, and basically what you can do is for each, so you're going to send this email out. So you can send a test email, and you can edit it. Now, editing is very cool. So it goes into the email, and this isn't editing the template. This is editing the individual letter. So now, clearly, Beck Sanford is not set up correctly in our database. Your database will, of course, be correctly set up. But what you could do is you could put her name, and you might know that really she likes to be called Rebecca, so you put that, and you might also know that it's her wedding anniversary or something. So you can edit each one individually, and the use case for that is that you would, like, one person might set up the bulk letter run, and then a different person who knows these people individually could then go into each one and make it that individualize each PDF that goes out. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me let me just push on because I've got a couple more things to show you. And if there's any more questions, just jump into our Expo Room 3 after. Right, let me I just two more things to show you, which are quite cool. Though I say it myself. Right, cancel. Back. Here we go. Always good to give a rank commentary. Right, two more things to show you. Giving summary. Giving summaries are new. They're for end of financial year. What they allow you to do is put a whole, instead of one gift per letter, they allow you to put a whole bunch of like all of the gifts within the NXT list you select onto the same letter. Typically, this would be end of financial year. So let me show you what that looks like. Again, very, very simple. So you've got the same editor that you use for a normal gift. So you've got the same, like, beautiful, customizable edit, but you'll find if you're in a gift summary type that you will have additional personalization fields you can put in. So you've got a gift table, you've got the total amount, you've got the number of gifts, last gift, last day. This is new. This only came out last month. So we got it out in time for Australian end of financial year. So this is like right now we're adding things to this. This is a new feature. It is going to help Australian organizations this end of financial year, but in response to things that we've been talking about, there are some like fairly immediate things that are going to be brought into this, including like receipting and stuff like that. But basically all you do, you do that, and then that's dropped in a gift table there, and then you just would select that as your the template you use in a bulk run, and then what you end up with is something like this. So you got this letter to Mark, who's a very generous person. He gave $5,000, but basically, so you got this this template that includes all of their gifts for the period that you selected. So that's fantastic for very easily, but still very beautifully and in a very personalized way, getting gift summaries out to your people. All right, one more thing to show you, and this is the one that's released today. So let me jump back over here. Right, this is brand new. Like nobody knows about this because we honestly kept it a little bit quiet. So because we want to release it at Dev Days, because Dev Days is the place to release things. So here we go. Auto send letters. So what this allows you to do is, in response to things that happen inside of NXT. At the moment, it can be on a new gift or on a new constituent, but there's, we're going to be adding other events over time. So basically what it is you can set up a trigger so that when that happens, it automatically sends out a letter. So the way you do it, and it's, as usual, it's very, very simple. So say you want to add a trigger every time a gift is added. So you come in here, you add a new trigger, and you can either always trigger so that every time a gift is added, it would send this out, or more usually you would want to like filter it. So you've got these. So say you wanted to do gift fund is greater than 6,000. So any gift that was greater than 6,000, you automatically send them out. So then you select a obviously that's going to get a VIP. You can change the maybe you didn't want to do that. So you would select an email subject for that. It still automatically marks the gift as acknowledged. So it automatically creates a PDF, does all of the stuff that Letterboxd normally does, and then you do that, and then it's going to be created. And then basically that's going to sit there, and every time anyone, I mean, you wouldn't normally have both of those, obviously, and every time anyone added a gift greater than 6,000, that would I'm going to inactivate that. That would send that out. So the possible, and you've got a history. I'll talk about that in a second. So you've got a history, so it shows. So scroll down. That shows the letters you sent out. So basically, the possibilities is endless. So you can like start to not only do like a weekly batch run that you're doing very easily with conditional, maybe give some of these things like that out of a bulk run. You can also maybe on top of that, you can have things that just trigger automatically, so you don't have to do anything to get these out. Now this is brand new. This is literally we're going to be pushing the deploy button later today. This is brand new, so you can't see it right now, but if you go in later today or tomorrow, you'll see this. It's on the premium plan, and we're very excited. We're very excited to get your feedback, because we know that there's lots more things that we can do with this in the future, that tie in other things. So we would love your feedback on what to do. And that's okay. That's the end of the demo. Because I just want to very quickly show you one more thing. Let me jump back into my slides. Don't forget to do the drop bear. If you haven't done it, we've had some pretty fantastic responses. So you want to be creative, and you'll in the answer to the last question. But there's fact number 15. All right, now later in June. The other thing we're going to be adding, which is crikey. That's a very Australian crikey there. That's demonstrating where I actually live. So later in June, as in like a couple of weeks time. So we've just released the triggers. So which means that you might be sending out more emails. So you've got all of this going on. This one's coming out in a couple of weeks, and we're very excited about this, because it means you can track opens for email letters. So it means you got open. You'll be sending out. Basically, you can see who's opening the acknowledgement is sending out. As part of that, we're going to be adding a history tab to both the constituent and the gift tile. So we're talking earlier about when you send a gift, so that will now show up. So if you go on a gift, you'll be able to see not only the attachment, but you'll be able to see like a history of what's in there. This will be even more useful on the constituent, because you'll see all the letters that you sent them immediately, and on the side of that, right, it'll show you whether they've opened it. But they've opened the letter you sent them, which of course, all of this is moving towards future engagement scoring data, which is going to be fantastic. So you're sending out acknowledgements, and you're knowing who's, you may be automatically sending out acknowledgements, and you know who's opening them, which are going to be, you'll know that these are your engaged people, so you're going to be able to use that to communicate them even more effectively. It's just like this big loop of awesomeness. Right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to jump back in and see if there's any questions that I've missed. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Sochi, who do you send letters to that you need a solicitor to? That's wow. Okay. Yes, very good. So you okay, very good. Yes, right. Solicitors reviews. I wasn't. Solicitors reviews are not. Was not the use case we had in mind. It was normally somebody who knew that person better than the person who created the list. But yes, solicitor reviews can totally be done. All right. We have a little. Do we have a little more time? We got like 1 minute. Do we have like 1 minute? We have like 1 minute. So if anyone's got, first of all, before my minute's up, thank you all for coming. Thank you for your interest in Letterboxd. Thank you. If you have Letterboxd, thank you for, date range choice for the summary. It's in the list. So, and that's a common question actually. So basically what you do is when you do a summary, it's based on an NXT list. Sorry, I didn't show you that. So the way that you do a bulk letter run is you select a template and you select a list, and in the list you would put the date range in the list. So it's all built into that. Oh, I also forgot to tell you that you can use a conditional template on a auto letter. So then you could just set up an auto letter with a conditional template you've already set up. So then it would like automatically already, with the work you've already done, send out the right template to the right person. Questions? Any update on the also updating receipt fields in addition? Oh, I do. We have had this conversation, haven't we? Yeah. So yes. So receipting is coming. So I do not show we're talking about. So we're going to be adding, hopefully, but definitely before bbcon, the ability to automatically generate receipt numbers when you send out, when you create a letter. So you can generate a receipt number that goes with that. As when we do that, we'll also be at the moment. It's a bit of a complicated question, but yes, you'll be able to do other things around receipting around that. Can you use the app when you enter gifts in batches? That, Nicole, is a great question that I don't know the answer to. Yes, because a gift is a gift. So a database to you added gift is still a gift. So that will totally work. There may be some subtleties around it that I am unaware of. So yeah, get in touch. We can look into that a bit further. Oh. There you go. All right. Now I think we're out of time, and there is no moderator here to jump in at the end. So what I'm going to do, yeah, did we miss any questions? Great question. Great thought, Henrietta.
I'm here.
Oh, here we go. Heather, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Skills are in our next level.
Oh, thank you. It looked like you had a rowdy session. You mean, when I first started talking to you about Letterbox, you could tell there's a lot of passion about acknowledgements and receiving. So I hope it hasn't been a bit too much of a hot seat for you for the last
not at all.
little bit.
You know, if anyone wants to jump in, we're in our booth, our virtual booth. So if anyone wants to jump over there and ask questions, please do that. Also, just email us. Get in contact, go on our web chat. Just bear in mind we're in Sydney if you go on the web chat. So we're not actually up in the middle of the night answering the web chat. But yeah, please get in contact. Most of those new features that I just showed you come from people like yourselves saying, can it do this? So please keep saying that, because otherwise, the next 16 months are not going to be as much fun as the last 16 months have been.
Yeah. So how do you get to the booth? You click on Expo Room 3, right?
Yes.
So just click on Expo Room 3. That's inside the Expo Rooms folder, and then you will magically be transported to that location, and the team will be there ready to greet you. Thank you, Stu, so much. And everybody have a great rest. We got DJ music trivia still to go, folks. So the party keeps going here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.
All right. Thanks, Heather.